Back to you guys for now.
Indeed, we did, Wendy. And now a corollary to that, playing Charlie Sheen in the TV movie that doubtlessly will be made about this, actor Jason Biggs is here, ladies and gentlemen.
What did Jason Biggs just say?
Jason Biggs, a fan of the Frank Buckley passenger strap.
Yes.
Because when Jason is rocking the JetBlue Burbank to JFK, because even though he's wearing a Panerai watch, which is fantastic, and a cashmere sweater,
but you also
he's not
agree
rich.
that the ladies might have some issues with this.
Well, no, I do understand that it might be a hair issue
makeup,
for the ladies, a bit of an issue. Listen, dorkiness factor. You're talking to the wrong guy.
That's sort of my prototype.
Oh, now that I see it.
He's out.
Now that I see it.
He's out. He's out.
It's just an early
Back
design.
to the design.
He's actually out.
It's a prototype. I get it. It's early. It's in the very nascent stages there. No.
Nascent. Very good.
Well played.
You know what? College.
I had a bet with my wife to see if I could use the word nascent.
Really?
In this
totally
interview,
organic, too.
and I just threw it out.
Congratulations.
She's at home now, and she has to take a shot. And every time I say it, in fact, every time you guys say it.
Well, you know, speaking of nascent, Mrs. Biggs.
Mrs. Biggs, bottoms up.
I was telling Jason this flattering story. I was just flipping around. I didn't even know that the show Mad Love on CBS had actually started. And I was like, oh, I know him. I really like Sarah Chalke. I really like Judy Greer. And I watched the whole thing and thought it was very funny.
Thank you very much.
New sitcom on CBS with Jason. And he, okay, you're trying to find romance, but you're kind of a mess.
Yeah, well, I have this kind of, my character has this ideal, and Jason, me actually, has this kind of idealized version of romance and what a relationship should be. And he, first episode, meets and falls in love with Sarah Chalke.
Not hard to do.
Not hard to do. But then there's this other couple who, for all intents and purposes, can't stand each other, which basically are best friends. And we sort of force them to hang out. And there's, we see as the series starts to develop that there's maybe something there percolating as well.
So there could be more romance.
There could be some more romance.
Why was her arm in the toilet, Jason?
What's that?
Why was her arm just in the toilet?
Oh, well, her arm was in the toilet.
Funny story.
Yeah, funny story.
Hey, look, not part of the show.
Yeah, that
nothing to do with the show.
Nothing to do with the show at all. That was actually an outtake. No, that was in the very nascent stages of filming. That was, she dropped her cell phone in there. Dropped her cell phone, which, come on, you've all done it.
Yep.
You've all done it. And then she gets her arm stuck in said toilet. We're watching that right now.
She's sort of in the nascent stages of her career.
Nascent stages of retrieving the cell phone out of...
Now, you saw Jason's bearded friend, who we remember from the beloved CW series Reaper.
Yes, Tyler Labine. He is
a funny guy.
Hilarious. And so he plays my best friend in this, and so he and Sarah's best friend, played by Judy Greer, who's also brilliant. You'll recognize her from every movie ever.
She literally is.
She literally is in every movie ever.
made.
Yeah. I mean, she works nonstop. I kind of hate her.
Right.
And but she's amazing, and so the two of them have this wonderful sort of back and forth with each other, which is really, really, really funny.
Now, speaking of back and forth, American Pies 1, 2, and 3, each another smash, and now Quattro.
Possibly. We are in the nascent stages of...
Your wife's going to be wasted by the time you get home.
She is wasted. Yeah, and I told her, I was like, it's top shelf, hard liquor, baby. This is not like filling little... Yeah, exactly. The talks are happening, and it's a possibility, and, you know, we're unsure, but, you know, the opportunity to work with that cast again. And
when you guys go back, you said like time is it
has been that way. Although this would be the longest.
Right,
yeah, because between the first and the second, and then the second and the third, the intervals were 2 years each. Right. And now this would certainly be our longest hiatus that we've taken. But we still, some of us keep in touch, and for those of us that don't, I'm sure we'll just kind of fall
you know what?
back
For some
into
American Pie fans, they'd be discovering it for the first time. It would be almost a nascent experience.
It would almost be, if you will, Sam, a nascent experience.
We have a clip of the CBS hitcom with Jason, Mad Love. Look at this.
Oh my God, it's morning and I'm just noticing you have a guitar. Do you play, or is that just to impress girls?
Well, I was the lead guitarist of A Few Good Bends. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. We've been talking all night and I'm just very concerned about my breath And, okay, I might be a little gun shy. I tend to hang out with guys who say all the right things and then turn out to be jerks.
Well, I think I've done a pretty good job of not saying the right things tonight.
She loves you. And you know what? Sarah's been in a lot of other shows, but her hair's never been that good.
Oh, no.
Ever.
Was
that, because you're kind of a producer guy, were you insistent upon the hair being coiffed?
I said, listen, this is the one thing I need to be in control of is Sarah's hair.
Right.
And she let me, and I think good work with the hair. Yeah. Yep.
Well, we'll tell you, Mad Love airs Monday nights at 8:30, conveniently on CBS.
Nice.
But good for you, Jason.
Thank you so much.
Excellent appearance.
Thanks for having
Come
me.
back soon.
Thank you, guys. And I'm a big fan. I think that's going to be a big hit.
Wow.
And the strap, the airline seat strap.
passenger
Yeah, look at
strap.
that. Look at that.
There it is.
And again, it needs a little bit of work, but I think we're onto something.
Okay, what about if there was
God
the
bless
Mad
you.
Love logo?
Yeah,
right
huge.
on top.
Well, then we'll start branding it out. Of course.
Yes.
No, absolutely.
See,
This
next
is all
time when you
going in the
come here
promo.
and you don't see Frank, he's somewhere in the Bahamas or
Oh,
whatever.
yeah.
Living off
Because
his,
he's living off his, yeah.
So his own island with, yeah, exactly.
He's the aisle of the passenger strap. That is quite hilarious.
All right, Mark.
When
Give
the
Jason's
Discovery Channel
forecast.
does a millionaire expose on how
Right.
Frank
Yeah,
Buckley
Frank.
made his money.
Where did it all happen?
Yeah, I love it. Good